Yo, what's happening, everybody? Today's Tuesday, March 10th. Got a video to put together, quick little video. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be too terribly quick, but I'll do what I can here. It's going to be kind of like a shave and a comparison with some things that I have here. Let's go ahead and start off with the lineup. In here we have a brush soaking. This is Wet Shaving Products Stubby 2-band. Those of you that are no strangers to these videos know that I adore this brush with everything I have. Also going to be going with my favorite soap, Barrister Mann Leviathan. It's good stuff. If you've not had the privilege of using it, you should look into the privilege of using it. It's really nice. Let's go ahead and get this lather thing going. I wasn't going to do a video today, but I said before that I was going to, and I'm something of a man of my word, so I figured I should continue that. Wow. Hair came loose from the brush. That really doesn't happen with this brush. I'm going to be going with the fine lathering bowl. Oh man. So springtime is approaching in Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm happy about that. Today actually was nice. The temperatures were nice all day, but it's been raining off and on, which is whack, but I guess it's necessary. Especially seeing as how these sorts of things bring on the May flowers, right? So, like I said, this is going to be a bit of a shave slash comparison slash review, slash head-to-head slash initial thoughts video, because I've got something that I've never used actually at all before today. I spent the better part of the evening yesterday ogling the thing because it's pretty. It's a very attractive little thing it is. So I suppose I should stop teasing and get down to this is actually going to be like I said, head-to-head. It's going to be a head-to-head video. On this side of my face, which is my left, we're going to be going with something that I'm actually going to be giving back to its owner pretty soon. This is a LA Shaving Soap Company bbs-1 razor. And it's on a Maggard MR5 handle, which is actually, I like this thing a lot more than I figured I ever would. And for this side of my face, it's going to be the new kid on the block, and that is Wolfman Razor's Open Comb. This is the wr1-oc, I believe is the model number, and this is going to be on this handle. I forgot what one this is called. It's not knurled. It has a decent amount of grip. It's not the grippiest thing in the world. And of course, I'm going to be referencing it against the razors that I know most well, which is my above the tie razors. This in particular is an Atlas M2. Put this one aside because it's not going to get used today. So, let's go ahead and get to it. I think I mentioned this, but the LA Shaving Soap Company, the bbs-1 razor, is actually going to be I'm going to be sending it off to its home this weekend. Very kind young man on the Reddit, Spa Treatment, let me use it. And I am very much an open comb type of dude. I really like open comb razors, but that thing has been, it's been impressive. So I'll go ahead and start with it. And these are, each of them are loaded with a brand new Gillette silver blue blade. Nothing new here. I'll say this razor is actually surprisingly, I like it a lot. It's pretty aggressive. It's a lot more aggressive than I figured it would have been. But it's comfortable. I think I maybe cut myself one time with it, which is pretty, I'm okay with that, seeing how I've never used a thing. And, you know, I think it was probably somewhere like around here on my head, because that tends to be the stupid areas. Now here we go with the Wolfman razors, made in Pass. Audio feedback seems to be a little bit less than both the above the tie and the bbs-1. Audio feedback isn't quite as intense, but it seems to have more tactile feedback in the handle. And I don't know if that's a result of the extremely heavy handle that the LA Shaving Soap Company razor is on, but whatever. And this handle actually is very heavy. I think this one is comparable in weight to the handle that actually is sold with the bbs-1. You know, obviously I don't have that handle. But yeah, this handle is substantially heavier than either of my above the tie handles. I have an Atlas and a Kronos. Colossus is just too much for me, I think. I'm just gonna do my whole mustache with this one. The blade seems to be a lot more there than the than either my above the tie or the bbs-1. And what I mean by that is it feels like it has more blade exposure, meaning, you know, exposed blade past the plane created by the top cap and the cone. Wasn't expecting that. And this lather could stand some more water. Man, this stuff smells so good. Both of the autumn seasonal things from Barrister and Mann this year were incredible. It took me a while to come around on Nocturne, but I do like it. I like it a lot, actually. It's very nice. I guess it's a bit of a shame that Nocturne won't be coming back, but that's okay because Leviathan will, and Leviathan's incredible. My daily driver is an above the tie R2, and I've been preferring it lately with the Kronos handle. I only recently got the Kronos handle. I went with the Atlas handle exclusively for like nearly a year. But yeah, the blade is definitely, this razor definitely puts the edge on your face. On your skin, I should say. Alright. Let's see what buffing with this thing is like. Pretty good. Nothing bad there. No blood. No complaints from the skin. Actually, I do think I got a little tiny thing here. Who cares? All right. There's not very many opinions online of the Wolfman open comb thing. I guess not very many people have them. But I was able to talk with somebody that mentioned that he thought that this was somewhere between an above the tie R and above the tie H plate, which I'm going to go ahead and co-sign that one. Wow, this thing, it's pretty efficient. Angle is a little bit different than the BBS-1, I think. But this thing, wow, it will get through the hair. That's impressive. But all the while, it's comfortable. This is definitely more aggressive. Oh, shit. This is definitely more aggressive than my above the tie R2. And that's actually what I was looking for. I was looking for something more aggressive, but the blade exposure on this one is a little bit fiercer than I was anticipating. All right, so that's that side with the Wolfman. Back to this side of my head with the BBS-1. And both of these razors actually are made by Wolfman razors. The BBS-1, of course, is sold on the LA Shaving Soap Company site. And I think they're sold out for now. But if you keep an eye on the site, you'll be able to find out when they're available. And he sells them as a part of the kit. John does, the proprietor of LA Shaving Soap Company. He sells it as a kit. A soap, one of his basic little synthetic brushes, and the razor itself. It's a hell of a starter kit. But that's how he does it. If you end up going with the, if you do get a BBS-1, my personal recommendations, I should say, are going to be the Topanga Fougere, Bespoke No. 1, Woody Lavender, and Spring Street, in roughly that order. But you're not going to make a mistake by choosing any of the soaps that he has available. Even the Bay Rum is not bad. I'm not really a Bay Rum dude, but his Bay Rum is not bad at all. And the performance is great. I kind of have moved away from veggie soaps of late. I really like tallow-based soaps. But I really, really, really like the LA Shaving Soap Company things. And again, they're all veggie. He's also has a couple of different formulas now. Merkvitter is a distinct formula. 213 is a distinct formula, and everything else is the original formula. Now, I will say, something tells me that this razor is going to be very good for getting the back of my neck. I have some hairs on the back of my neck, like the lower part of the back of my head, that are incredibly stubborn and do not like to be shaved off. So I think this one, with all its aggressiveness, is going to do pretty well on those stubborn things. But I suppose the proof will be in the pudding momentarily. Wow, this thing is gliding. This is a very good razor. Handle's gonna take some getting used to. I'm not used to a handle this this thick and this heavy. But I'd say it's kind of, it helps to balance out the razor because this head is a lot more low profile than the above the tie, which is going to be this one here. It's a lot, this Wolfman over here is a lot more low profile than the above the tie over here. So I think the heavy handle is good there because it does help to balance out the razor. As I mentioned before, this one does not have, this one doesn't have, the knurling is not really, it's more decorative than anything else. It's nowhere near as effective as, you know, a bulldog sort of handle or, you know, the above the tie joints that I have, UFOs, whatever you guys use out there. But it's not presenting a problem, so I will not give the razor any demerit, or the handle, I should say, any demerits. And when's the last time that you heard anybody reference demerits? I bet it's been ages. All right, BBS-1. You know, John mentioned that he wanted to make an aggressive razor. And I suppose you could say this one is, but man, in comparison to that Wolfman, this one is not really too terribly aggressive. And by aggressive, I should say it doesn't feel aggressive because it definitely gets through the hair. And that's one thing that I'm like really shocked about with this BBS-1. I've mentioned it a few times in the past, but this thing, it's so comfortable. I actually think it's more comfortable than the Wolfman. But these are two completely different razors, and if your budget allows, these two razors can definitely live side by side in your den. Although I will say I'd like to see what this razor, the BBS-1, is like with the handle that it's sold with. Although I'm sure I can probably approximate it by using the Wolfman handle, because I know that the handle that this one is sold with is pretty. It's got a decent bit of heft to it. Stand by. All right. So yeah. Do a bit of cleanup here. And here comes the smoke from the Leviathan. I'm very much a sandalwood dude, and I do love most things smoky, barbecue, scents, Isla Scotches. And the smoke on this stuff just comes through after a while. I mean, it's been 15 minutes since I've lathered this, and the smoke is just now really making itself known. But like I've mentioned before, to me, it's not just like a standalone smoke. It actually smells to me like the sandalwood element of the Leviathan is charred. And man, that's genius. That is genius, genius. There are going to be some new Barrister and Mann things released later on this month, on the 20th. New aftershave and a couple new soaps. one of which is going to be vetiver santal, released in the tallow base rather than the veggie base, the Trey Cheetah, which is how it debuted. That's going to be a good one. It's going to be a really good one. The other two are going to be very good as well, and I cannot think of the name. I cannot think of the names of them right now, but if you go to barristermann.com in the production, excuse me, in the, I think it's FAQs or other, something like that, is where the production schedule is going to be. And I highly suggest you have a look there so you can see exactly what it is that you're going to be spending your money on the 20th when they're released. All right, here comes the true test. And I think I'm going to do just this part back here. I think I'm going to do it only with the Wolfman because, again, I tend to need something pretty aggressive back there because those hairs are stupid and set in their ways and old and stubborn, much like me. Wow, it's pretty impressive. This razor, wow, that made short work of those hairs. They're like longer hairs that are hard to, I guess, get firm enough to cut. Like, you know, most of our whiskered hair is, because it's, you know, very coarse, thick, and gets easy to cut. With those hairs back there, it's almost like a non-violent protest because it's not like they're doing anything really stupid to avoid being cut. They're just too soft and compliant. And rather than getting cut, they fall over, I guess, and the blade just skates right on past them. That's impressive. That's impressive. Very good razor you made here, John. John is the gentleman behind the company, Wolfman. I think I'm actually just gonna, well, no, I'll wait. I was thinking about finishing up the rest of the shave with the Wolfman, but I think I'll use them both. Just to see what they're like, you know, on the finale. I was expecting a razor handle, or excuse me, a brush handle today. Very generous soul on Reddit offered to turn me a handle, an acrylic handle in my Simpsons M6 style that will accommodate a wet shaving product's knot. But it's, he turned it for me in Laguna Seca Blue, which is my favorite color that my favorite car, BMW E46 M3, was offered in. He matched the color pretty well from the, from what I saw in the photographs. So, that was supposed to have gotten here today. United States Postal Service decided that that was not going to be in the cards for today. That's alright. It'll be here tomorrow. And I'll actually be able to set it in the handle and give it some time to dry. And I won't be rushed. So it'll be cool. I like the feel of this Wolfman razor. It's definitely more aggressive than I was anticipating, so I don't think that it's going to unseat my above the tie R2 as my daily driver anytime soon. But probably for Sundays when I go, you know, an extra day between shaves, that's probably when it'll see a good bit of its usage. But it's also going to contend with the H1, the H2, the above the tie H2 and the S2. So, the luxury of choice. I like to play with this lather. As you can see, it takes me longer to shave than most people because I have more square footage to tend to. And of all the soaps that I've used, one of the many reasons that Barrister and Mann is my favorite is because you can experiment with this stuff. You can just keep on adding water. And the stability of this lather is just next level. And the more water you give it, the slicker it becomes. And the stuff is just, it's my favorite. And it's my favorite for a reason. As you can see, I've got a wall of soaps back there. If you guys have never seen any of my videos before, there's another one back there too. And for those of you that have never seen these videos, that thing back there actually is those shoe organizers that you hang up on the door. That's what that is. Feather non-folding SS, Artist Club. I've used this blade probably for I don't know, like month and a half, 6 weeks, 6 weeks. Still super, super sharp, but it'll still get me if I'm not careful. This is against the grain. And that is pretty much that. Great razor, this thing. Like I mentioned, it's, I guess I knew going in that it was going to be more aggressive. Than my R2. But it was more aggressive than I was anticipating. That said, it is comfortable. It's not like I felt I was throwing an R41 across my face, which is a mistake I made a seldom few times, thankfully. That razor's entirely too much for me. But to be fair, it's been months since I tried one, and I've improved. My technique has improved greatly since then. Aftershave for today. I haven't even opened this one. This is going to be the first time that I use from this bottle. This is Shave Armada, or Armada Blossom, excuse me. This is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. The artisan that makes this, he hasn't, I don't know that he's ramped up production fully, but get to his site, shaveship.com, to put yourself on the list to be notified once he gets the aftershave ready. Because this stuff is wonderful. It's a splash, and I can smell it already. It's a splash. But in addition to, you know, having that alcohol burning goodness, there's also like some stuff that kind of, you know, nourishes the skin, heals it a bit after a shave. So in addition to it smelling incredible, it actually is decent for your skin. This stuff is an all-star. I'm glad he decided to, you know, put it out there for everybody else to check out, rather than just, you know, the samples that he was giving out to people for a while. I guess when it was in beta, maybe this was his plan all along. But this stuff is beautiful, and I love this stuff. It's a nice accompaniment to the Leviathan as well. My bathroom smells incredible, you guys. All right, that's gonna be it. Wolfman, where did it go? Wolfman Open Comb, wr1-oc. This is a good razor, you guys. Again, it's pretty aggressive. It's more aggressive. It felt more aggressive to me than the bbs-1, which a lot of people think is a super aggressive razor. Well, not super aggressive, but they think it's a pretty aggressive razor. So if you are familiar with that one, then the Wolfman, it's a little bit more intense than that one. Anyways, that's gonna be it for me, you guys. Hope you guys all have a good week. Be safe. Peace. See you next time.